Bang. Right, we are back. I've had a few people. We've had a few people watching from the start. Got quite a few people on, mate. And now we have audio. So the first bit had no audio. Sorry about that. I turn all my audio down so I don't hear myself back again, and then it goes from there. But I'll fix that up, and we are now live. Welcome everyone to the show. Timmy White from New Zealand can't hear us, but he can hear us now, mate. Don't you worry about that. Firstly, hello.
G'day, mate. How are you?
I'm good. How are you going? How's everything going for Nutrien at the minute?
Yeah, no, look, we've had a busy few weeks leading into our entries opening, and then they obviously closed last night. So we've closed the book, just consolidating now. We've got a few clients that may shift an odd horse between the different sales, but look, we're just shy of 300 horses Melbourne. We're just on around 200 horses Sydney, and around 145 in Brisbane at this stage. And Bathurst, we're going to leave that open till probably the end of November. So, yeah, a lot of horses coming in, and some really good horses too.
So say again, 200 at Sydney, nearly 300 in Melbourne, and 145
in
Brisbane.
In Brisbane, yeah. So record numbers in all three. Well, obviously Brisbane's new to us, but that's a big catalogue up there, and mate, an impressive catalogue of horses just going through. Certainly looking at the size represented, all the leading size, and you know some quality mares, a lot of group winning mares that have produced these yearlings for that Brisbane sale.
Yeah, no, it is. There is a lot of buoyancy, if you like, in up there in that neck of the woods. That's for sure.
Yeah, definitely, mate. Look, one thing we said, looking at them, those Queensland horses, they get the benefit of traditionally a pretty good, winter, and they're well grown. You were up there last week yourself, and they're beautifully grown at that stage. But getting through Southern.
It is one of the things I found really funny about the Queenslanders was, they're a bit woolly. I got a few Kiwis. I've got Stuart Tanner from over there in Great Britain. He'll have short coats, the guys in Great Britain. But the Kiwis and down here in southern Victoria and that, we got long coats. Sorry about that. They look tremendous up there in Queensland.
Yeah, look, it's cold again today. Like there's been snow.
We better be careful. We've got Kath McIntosh watching too, mate. We could get into trouble. We say the wrong thing. So we've got plenty of people actually watching. Kim Collison always comes on as well. So good sprinkling of people. And I will get to those guys in a minute. What were you looking for? A hat?
No. I'm only just looking at my numbers and things, mate. Don't worry about me.
I'm going to throw you under the bus. Oh, okay. I now know what's going on. Thank you very much, Cambrai. I can't do what I was doing. Yep. Right, I've losing some audio. Okay, that's fine, mate. Don't worry. It's a few technical glitches, but we'll work. We won't worry too much about changing the screen. We'll just leave the screen as it is. I won't get too fancy. I got fancy and didn't get things quite worked out. Okay, so as we said at the minute, all sales are closed. But if people want to get in touch with you guys, definitely still do.
Yeah, definitely let us know, mate. Look, like I say, we've got big catalogues: 300 Melbourne, 200 Sydney, 100 and close enough to 150 Brisbane. So if you've got, I think we'll probably even see an odd one of those possibly push into Bathurst. That was part of our reasoning to try and do something with the Bathurst Club, and I'm really pleased we've got that opportunity. I'd like to see a really good 100, 120 horse catalogue in Bathurst as well, which will also have all the availability to the Nutrien race series. You can pay up, but you can sustain a horse out of Bathurst as well. Plus, the club will have their own race series, very similar to what the guys at Albion Park at the Creek have done. So I think those two sales really complement our own company sales in Sydney and Melbourne.
No, it does. I saw, like Craig Judd has said in one of the interviews that he'll be sending horses to Bathurst. Benny Setri's sending horses to Bathurst as well, or Brooklyn Lodge are. But I think it was Adam Fairley, who is new to the Nutrien umbrella, but he was going to be sending quite a few horses. He's already out there promoting them too. So it's really exciting, isn't it?
Oh, it is. Look, there's some great horses going to be there, mate. And I think you look at, I know a lot of these stables, it's the challenge, because we've got so many over a 4-week period, effectively, between Sydney, then Brisbane, then straight back to Bathurst. Then there's a week of no sale while the Gold Crown's on at Bathurst, then straight down to Melbourne. So you've got a lot of these prepping stables. They're chockers. I think there's probably even stables where they're going to actually try and bring in some portables or actually find some extra room to try and help accommodate these horses. And I think John Coffey made a good comment to me the other week. This is a foal crop that was probably 10% up on previous years. So if you look at the catalogue numbers, that 10% is that extra 25 or 30, 20 odd in Sydney and another 25 or 30 in Melbourne, and probably another 15 or 20 in Brisbane. So that's not hard to see where those numbers have come from.
No, unfortunately, every now and then you get a bit crackly too, but it's okay. It might actually just be my end. No one else is complaining. It is exciting. I recently was in Queensland, mate, I think last week. Get some nice warm weather. Got to see some beautiful horses and the properties. The vibe is very, very strong. Back off their winter sale, what they had at their winter race series just recently. Yep. Queensland's really pumping in it.
Mate, I had a ball. Look, my first experience at the Creek was their first weekend where we introduced our race series, and I had a great night there. That was a good introduction to a lot of the vendors up there, and then back for the Blacks of Fate, which was just a really good carnival atmosphere. It was like a big country meet, I think. But I take my hat off to those guys. Everything we've done with Racing Queensland and with the Albion Park Club has just been first class. They're proactive. What they say they'll do, they'll do. The vendors have got quality horses there, so it's we're really pleased, and it makes our job easy when you're dealing with can-do people like the Creek and Racing Queensland. It's been a lot of fun.
No, they are indeed. So the Nutrien sales dates are up there on the screen right now. We've got Sydney on the 4th and 5th of March. The following week we're in Queensland for the 11th and 12th of March. Then back to Melbourne on the 1st and 2nd of April. But in amongst all of that, we have Bathurst, which is on the 19th of March.
Correct.
Now, yep. I'm going to go back to these ones. All these sales dates have closed for Sydney, Queensland and Melbourne. Mark said there before that they have all closed. 300 in Melbourne, 200 in Sydney and 145 in Brisbane. But with the Bathurst sale, you'll just see down there, down the bottom, the 23rd of November, nominations close or entries close. So that's still 3 months away. Is that right, mate? 2 months away.
Yeah, that's correct. That's correct. And look, the other one, I guess, for those people that had non-sale entries, people wanting to go to the Sunshine Stars race, which is different to the Nutrien race series. Our sale series is for sale horses, not for non-sale entries. But the Creek had a number of people have paid up. It's $3,000 plus 10% of the average of our Brisbane sale. So assume a $30,000 average. It'll cost you $6,000, but you'll have a $125,000 2-year-old filly and 2-year-old colts race at the Creek, which I believe they're going to try and run that around nowish, like early August. Just get out after their winter carnival, let the horses have a little freshen up, and if they race there, and you look at us in Menangle this weekend, it would be a horse would be able to go to the Sunshine Stars, and possibly, assuming we had our race at the same time, it could stay up for that race series as well. But there's quite a number of non-sale horses that have gone in, on the back of that as well.
Yeah, and all geared around having a great promotion and a great race series going forward. Talk about race series. The inaugural Nutrien race series is on this weekend. That's the main reason for getting you on. You and I were there last Tuesday, was it? Yeah, it was last Tuesday.
Yeah, it was, mate.
At Menangle.
Yeah.
Good vibe, nice, comfortable vibe, and it's looking good now with the finals.
Mate, it was. And look, got the chance, big thank you to the team at Club Menangle. They couldn't have made us feel more welcome. The trainers that were there too, mate, they were, really complimentary about the way, that the horse, the way it's come. There's good money up, like we're saying, talking to the likes of Robbie Morris, like these futurity or race series, a serious money for the people they train for. So I thought, some quality racing too, like a couple of really good matchups coming this weekend.
There is, and there's some beautifully bred horses. I think the first race is race... I've gone the wrong track, but I thought the first race was race 5 at Menangle, which I think was the 2-year-old boys, and that was one of the highlights. Yeah, it is. The Nutrien Alabar. I've got to say big thank you to Alabar and the guys. 2-year-old pacing colts and geldings heat. And it's got a lot of intrigue because, I mean, it was the only one that wasn't run. The other two were preludes, and then they're running into the finals. But, there's some stylish colts, wasn't there, going around?
Oh, absolutely. It was, look, what you're saying too, some of those races, I think one of our races was might have even matched a track record for 2-year-olds, I think someone might have mentioned.
Yep.
Yeah, in the last quarter, was it back home in 25 or something like that?
25-3 for Pachaka and First Responder. It was just ridiculous. So, yeah.
No, and big matchup. I haven't got the fields in front of me to say what draw they've got, but that was the other one, mate, the trotting race. Couple of standouts there, but the Venus Love, little filly. I might have mentioned her to you when I saw a trial rewatched a trial in Brisbane the other week against the Pacers, and she's a quality filly, and I think she might have drawn 7, but it's a bit of distance, and I think the fillies could really give it a real shake in that mixed sex trotting final too.
Unfortunately, it's not official yet. I have been told by the owner, Barto, it's out. I was.
Oh, no way.
I was talking to Anthony Perkins just before. I'd never interrupt people, but I believe it's out. It's not officially out yet, but a minor setback. So she won't be going around. So
She's a quality filly.
He said
probably
that.
The one.
Sorry, he just said there before that he had a winner yesterday that sort of softened the blow a bit, but only a little bit. So yeah.
Oh no, that's a real shame. The story behind that filly, which you're aware of, I think, Paul. She was very modestly reserved at the sale in 21. I think it was only $5,000 or $8,000 that Anthony had on that filly. Didn't sell her, so paid her up and sustained her. And like I say, she was shaping up to be probably as nice a 2-year-old trotting filly as I'd seen.
Yeah, but it's Harassed Trotters, 2-year-old, and they've got 4 of their own that they've bred in. So it's got a lot of intrigue because it was a prelude. A lot of people are wondering why Stevie G was able to get into it, because he was a scratching last week, because unfortunately the guy's done a mistake, honest mistake, but it was a mistake. But there's also now I'm going to go with My Personal Jet. It's a bit of a mouthful when you look at it. Number 1 hasn't had a start at all for Chris Finozio, but it's one of the Harassed Trotters bred horses as well that's having its first start. So there is a lot of intrigue in that race number 9, the Nutrien Equine Harassed Trotters 2-year-old final, Group 1 affair. So yeah, there's a bit going on in that race, and it'll keep a few people on the hop as far as having a punt, Bardo, that's for sure.
Yeah, well, look, I think, like you said, you talked about the 2 standouts in the colts, in the pacing colts. I would have probably been saying to someone, Venus Love would have been my tip for the trotting mixed sex final. To an outside barrier wouldn't have worried her, I don't think. But then I'm a novice, so I guess my money's cheaper than yours. And then the pacing fillies, again, a prelude, but a nice field of horses there too. Yeah,
and a bit of intrigue. Unfortunately, Danny Thackeray brought up win number 100 on Tuesday, which is a great effort, but he's drawn very, very wide, and Ludacris, who was able to beat him on the other day, drew the same barrier, number 1. So always a big advantage when you got that easy inside pole draw, that's for sure.
Yeah, true. And look, actually, it was good to see a lot of the Victorians have travelled up, and I think we talked about it. There's a couple of first-time owners that have got 1 and even 2 in finals for this weekend, which I think that's part of the experience of buying a racehorse. And it's I think it's win, lose or draw. I think there's a lot of connections. There's 5, 6, and 8 of them coming down to watch their horses run this weekend, which will be great.
Joel Watson, he's a great story, isn't he? He never owned a horse. He rocked up. He rocked up to the sales and was guided around, I think, by Mark Purdon, and purchased. I was
going to say he got the right help at the start of his racing interest, didn't he?
Yeah, and purchased 4 horses on the day, and 3 of them go very well. 2 of them are in this. Something about Eiley for Jess Tubbs, and Matriarch for David Miles. So he's got 2 live chances. Something about Eiley was a very, very good run, and Matriarch was fair. I thought she'd be better for the run as well. So good story though. He's never been involved in harness racing, and he's already got 2 runners in a Group 1 race.
No, it is a good story, mate. And I think credit Shannon Nixon. I think was the fellow who deserves credit for introducing him to the sport and getting him involved. But like I say. Great to see newcomers that actually get help from experts like Mark. You've got some really good people out there. And I guess if someone does watch this that hasn't owned a racehorse, I think that's part of the fun. There's a lot of great trainers and well experienced buyers there that can help people actually point them in the right direction and hopefully pick a horse that can win.
It is one thing you actually just said then, if you haven't had a horse before, keep those dates open. They will come around very, very quickly, but as much as anything, for bookings and to be able to have some fun of the experience, 4th and 5th at Sydney, Queensland is the 11th and 12th, both of March, Melbourne on the 1st and 2nd of April, and then the 19th as well for Bathurst. So there's some fun there that if you haven't been involved in the industry, come and see how it gets done the green team way, I suppose, Barto.
Yeah, look, look, I guess we talked about the experience last year. It is our team, but I think it's what I'm feeling we're starting to get to now. Is third year in, it's a relationship and a team with the people breeding these horses and prepping these horses. Yep. I think the unity that I felt, the way breeders have collectively worked to promote their horses. You see, Facebook and social media. The breeders are out there; they're liking each other's stories, and I think. Our big aims as a sales company is to keep the breeder current in the racing industry right throughout the year. I think talking to people in Harness Racing Australia, look, I'm keen to know what is that number? How much does this sport or this industry generate in GDP or revenue? Or people that derive an income out of this sport. I'm sure more than half of the GDP of the industry would be coming from breeders and owners, like people breeding these horses. So we've got to keep that in the fore and explain to people the cost of producing a great horse. Like the costs have gone up. If it's up 20%, what some breeders have told me, they reckon that their cost to produce a good yearling for this year are between 15 and 20% more than they were previously.
Yep. Yeah, I think it's a bit of a scary thing. You said that to me the other day, that a well-known breeder, someone that probably doesn't sook, if you would just pointed that out to you about the expenses, and probably puts pressure on you as a sales company. But I think it's a realisation of the industry and people going to these sales that horses are probably going to be a lot dearer next year, simply because of, put it down as far as price of diesel for a start. And once you start realising that, everything's just gone up a massive amount so far.
I think if you look at the cost of the purchase of the horse and consider, say, a 2 or 3 year racing career for, I don't know, on average, you tell me those numbers, but whether you spend, so this last 12 months, our averages were around 35. So you're saying if you've got to spend another 20%, that's 42,000. So even if horses went to 40, that investment compared to your training fees and your cost of a farrier, your cost of agistment, etc., over a 2 or 3 year racing career, that extra 5 or 6 grand's not that big isn't a big factor in my mind. But when you look at the potential returns, 175,000 as 2-year-olds, our racing pool this year, there's every reason with those numbers to expect. We sustained at around 72% of all horses sold last year was sustained. Now, based on those numbers, we're going to have a really good pot of gold for our race series in these yearlings in 2024, 25.
Yep, and now, of course, next year. Barto, looking forward to the Saturday night?
Mate, yeah, it'll be great. It'll be unreal. We've got a group of owners, some of our founding vendors that have got horses in there, and we've got a great group. Our sponsors take that chance. Auctions Plus that have done our online work, they've worked hard over 2 years to develop a program that works best or works better. It's a multi-species platform, so they've really put some effort into the equine space. Like you say, Haraz to Trotters, Pat Driscoll single-handedly has put the trotter on the map the last 2 years, and we've been able to share in that and the benefits that he's created for the whole industry. And I think it's fantastic to see 4 of his own breeder horse in the finals. Alabar, again, look, they're a household name in the industry in Australasia. They've been fantastic. Brett Coffey, I know, is quite achiever, but there's a lot of things I've bounced off Brett just to get a considered opinion on a lot of stuff for 2.5 years. So we're really excited to be associated with all those brands, but the people that come behind those brands, we've got some fantastic people in the industry that we can call friends, not just clients now. It's really looking forward to not being busy with a sale on Saturday, so we can actually have a drink and have a bit of fun and say thank you to all those people that have supported us. Yep,
absolutely. There's going to be a cast of quite a few people I know going, so it's going to be a bit of fun Saturday night. Mate, I will let you go. There was one thing I was going we've got to make sure people are aware of this too, that Cambrai is coming to because we do hang a little bit of cheek on this show from time to time. But Cambrai is going to be making a trip. We're going to get Cambrai up to Tamworth, I believe, because you've got one of your early sales. The inaugural one is coming up, the performance horses. I'm going to go about February 11. September 11.
Yeah, 9, 10, 11, mate. So it's a 3-day event. We've got nearly 400 graduates, we call them. So any horse that's ever been sold through one of our signature sales, so Toowoomba, Charters, Towers or Tamworth, nearly 400 of those horses come back for a camp draft run, which is worth 150,000. So that puts it probably equal to the second biggest prize pool in the sport, second to Wallinga Park. Then we've got an open for open, nearly 150 open class horses back there, as well as nearly 100 nursery horses, so babies that are still 5 and under from either of our sales. And then we've got about 130 open age horses predominantly, so 6 and older horses ready to put on a truck, which that market's been really strong. Camp drafting's, it's always been stated it's one of our fastest growing sports, but we're going to make harness racing another fast growing one, hopefully, and get a few of these guys to own a share in some of your yearlings in the next 12 months.
Absolutely. I'm just giving warning that myself and Cam are coming, and it could be very, very ugly. That was frightening, Paul Campbell. Obviously, he's picking on my sneeze. So just while I've got you, Harness Breeders Victoria latest size and scope studies showed that over $69 million spent in 2018 in producing a standardbred crop, which is just amazing in the amount of numbers. And if you want to click onto the link on that, Desiree has just shared it, so that'll be on my page if anyone wants to go in and actually have a complete look at those figures.
Look, and I'd love to know what the numbers are of the whole industry. So if it's 70 million, let's call it for the breeder. I think that's part of what we're about too. Look, we're there to sell horses. We get commission to sell them, but that's really what we're about. If we've got to make sure that breeders of horses have a really strong voice in industry discussion, so that when we shape the pathway that the industry needs to go, ultimately we watch racing and race horses, but we've got to have the foundation right, and that foundation is a strong breeding base, and we need to be recognised that 70 million, the jobs it creates, the expertise, the skills that you see on farm in agriculture, which is what these people are, they're primary producers. We're world class. We do it best, as well as anyone in the world.
Yep, and the other part is they have fun, and that is the other part of Nutrien, and that's what we've got to get around. Is it is an experience. It's about the people, and it's about having fun and enjoying it, and it's one thing I really enjoy about this trip that we're having at the minute. I think it's key that it has to be fun, because otherwise we'll go crazy.
Mate, this weekend it's about that, celebrating what we've done and getting ourselves set for next year again, mate. It's I know Cam, if he's online, like their entries have closed, I think again they're about the middle of Feb, which is good. It actually the New Zealand market really sets a really good platform for what our Australian sales series can expect. So it's an interesting couple of months, but there's 12 months of work goes into it. I know you look at the second preps and some of the work that's done on these weanlings and handling them up, but I think that's something I'd say too. I know you represent both brands, the NZB guys and ourselves. It's good to be able to collaborate about like-minded things with the guys at NZB, about terms and conditions, about the way we conduct sales, so that there's consistency and uniformity in the industry. And I think that's been one of the other positive feedbacks we've got, that the way we do it is consistent with the way that those guys have been doing it well for a long time. No,
I totally agree, and that's why Cam's coming over. He wants to see how you guys do your drafts, to see a different side of things. So it's all about learning, and he'll be here for Kath McIntosh's Stallion Parade, and then we'll be making our way up to Tamworth. I think we're going to be at Bathurst Trots on the Wednesday night. I'm hopefully going to do this show from there. I haven't told Danny that yet, but that's okay. Could be. I don't think he'll mind. And then we're going to end up at Tamworth Trots on the Thursday night, and then we'll go drafting Friday, Saturday. So stay tuned to Campbell's comments. It could be anywhere. Who knows where it is. Bardo, thank you. Thanks for joining me. We're going to make sure people tune in on Saturday night at Menangle, Club Menangle. First race is race 5, and I'm going to go with 750. So it's a little bit of a later start. Tune in for all the races, but stay tuned, and it's only the start. Don't forget the sale dates. As I said, I can go through them very quickly one more time. Sydney on the 4th and 5th, Queensland on the 11th and 12th, and Melbourne on the 1st and 2nd, and Bathurst, which is still open on the 19th and closes on the 23rd. any queries, nutrienequine.com.au. All the contact details are there for Mark Barton, MYO. They'll be able to contact them anywhere and be able to ask any of those questions going forward. So everyone's picking on me sneeze. That's all the comments I'm getting, Barto. You're getting no one wants to ask you anything. They're just all worried about my sneeze.
All I hope, mate, is that you've made sure you're well enough to be allowed in on Saturday night at Menangle Park, mate.
I will indeed, and I'm going to let you go. And as I let you go, I'm going to put on Pat Driscoll's new exciting stay and standing for his first season this year in Honour Streak, mate.
In range to the inside, final 16th, it's On a Streak who's taken the lead. On a Streak wins the Breeders' Crown in 1:52.4, a stakes record.
Inside, second outside to Southwind Tyrion. Macho Martini drops inside third. Battle continues. On a Streak is upset minded. On a Streak upsets in the William Welwood Memorial in 1:54.3.
Welcome back. Give me 1 sec. I'll get rid of that little one there. And we are back. Thank you for everyone that's so concerned about me having a sneezing attack. I've got Jeff Dixon giving me a hard time because it is from Queensland. It is just a cold. I know you're not allowed to have just a cold this time of year, but it is purely just a cold. And he is possibly right. I possibly did pick it up while I was in Queensland, but it's just very, very annoying. So big thank you to Mark Barton there. Don't forget nutrienequine.com.au for all the information. Make sure you can get in touch with those guys there, and we'll change over to this screen for a little while. Sorry about the audio early on. Not sure why it does that from time to time, but it tends to do that. So we'll go from there. Now, unfortunately, people send me messages from time to time, and I don't get them until afterwards, but we go from there. Did get a little classic connection. I've got the wrong hat on. We'll get onto that in a minute, Louise. We are going to go with the guys from Woodlands. Actually, I might just scroll through some of these other questions. Thank you very much, Desiree, for putting those in. Make sure you go and have a look at that at $70 million. Raining here in Seymour. Jeffrey, it's terrible weather. Yes, MYO, 25-3, fastest final quarter ever recorded in a race. And thankfully everyone else is just mentioning about not being able to hear you earlier on. There's one gentleman there, I don't even know what language that is, but thank you very much for contributing. Might have to be the #1 harness show in that country too, even if we don't have audio. It's okay. Let's have a bit of fun. The nose has started right up, but we will try and keep going from there. So please get involved. I think these gentlemen are from India that are getting involved with me right now. So if you're watching online, don't be scared to fire a question in, and we can get back and get the answers going from there. That's Tinku Kuma has said, okay, he likes horses by looks, Tinku Kuma. So not sure where he comes from, but thank you very much, mate. Throw another name into the hat. I only take that as being cheeky, so don't anyone ever take me for being too serious when I go around those sorts of things. Rightio, I have the Woodlands hat on. We have got racing going on tonight at Geelong. We will keep across those, and the guys at Bathurst, we should keep across those. Myself and Cambreo, as I said, are going to be there very, very shortly. Amanda Turnbull won the first with Firefly. Wow, how good's that? Colt down by the Seaside. Won the 2-year-old tonight at Bathurst for the Contis, bred by Martin Harnett. So nice little feel-good story there. But Firefly down by the Seaside. That win number might be his first win here in Australia, actually. So you might have heard that first. Buzz Like a Bee for Nathan Turnbull and Mitch Turnbull. Won the second by Better Than Cheddar. Amanda Turnbull has won the third with a Better's Delight in Miss Lehman. Won the third race, and the fourth race will be on very, very shortly. If I can, I'll get that onto the trots, to the tote, and I'll take the power out of it though, because otherwise I'll get myself in the trouble. And be able to keep people across how everything else is going there. That's pretty cool, that Seaside's had his first winner here tonight, and Geelong was a late start, I know that, so Geelong will have had maybe 2 races run and won, but race number 1, Ali Joe for Julie Brimcombe, good little story, and Jackie Barker. Every time we do this show, we start doing the results, and Jackie Barker keeps getting one as well. So I just got told, Matty Cooper says, I can say I'm the number 1 show in Oatlands, Tasmania. Get well soon. It's only a cold, Matty, but thank you very much. I'll put that on. I was going to be cheeky and say that at Tasmania, but Tasmania is technically a part of Australia, so I like Tassie. Get to go down there a little bit, so it's a good place to go to. Jeff Dixon's got a cold as well because he's been up north. I believe everyone's got it. That's just a bit of a frustrating one, but that's okay. A little bit of fun. Rightio, we've got the Woodlands hat on, and as I said there before, down by the Seaside, winning his first 2-year-old race at Bathurst, which is great for my friends at Woodlands Stud, and we'll put the Woodlands address. So if you want any information, woodlandstud.co.nz, go to those guys for any information that you need to know. Important information I put out during the week, Monday night, for Mark Barton and Kath McIntosh about the semen transportation and how it's going to move backwards and forwards this year. Joel Flower will be doing it, but to get in touch with the guys at Woodland Stud or Northern Rivers or Lower Long Farms, and they will help you out, Kath McIntosh, and that they'll be sending semen both ways back to New Zealand and from the New Zealand back to Australia. So we want people to be able to see it and get it backwards and forwards, please. That's go and watch that video. It's pretty timely. Gives a lot of good updates as to what is actually going on for the semen and the semen transport. As far as the guys at Woodlands, of course, they have announced their stay-in service prices this year. And you can see there that Betters Delight at $27,500. Down by the Seaside and Sweet Lou, $11,000 and $10,000 respectively, are books closed here in Australia. Our Kiwi friends can still go to those, but those 2 boys are books closed at for Down by the Seaside and Sweet Lou. And I just said there before, Seaside having a winner there at Bathurst in the 2-year-old. Speeding Spur at $1,100. What the Hill, Son of Muscle Hill, at $7,700. And then there at Lower Long Farms, you can go to American Ideal, whose book is fast filling, at $12,100, and Lather Up. And the reason I want to make mention of those, how am I going to do this? We're going to go, just give me 1 sec, we'll go up to here, and we are going to go to this one here on the 4th of September. So this will come back up again in a little while, don't worry about that. But Kath McIntosh and the team at Lower Long Farms have their inaugural stay-in parade. They haven't been able to do it beforehand because of COVID and everything else. But on September 4th, from about 12 o'clock, get there around 11, Father's Day, the stay-in parade will begin, and there will be plenty going on there. There's going to be a lot of fun. The MC, as you can see there, is Dan Malecki. Mark Hughes, John Coffey and myself will all be there, bringing in as much entertainment and fun as what we can do. I'll get to you in a second, Timmy White. Thank you very much for your concerns. But anyone who is at the parade, and I believe Tim White is not going to be there, there's a teaser. The Mum Champagne. Just remember that one. If you're at the parade and you book in to Lather Up, you'll be given 1 free bottle. You've got it. Mum Champagne. Compliments of Woodlands Stud. So anyone that books into Lather Up on the day will be handed 1 more bottle. I'll go 1 more time. It's a bit of fun. I like the graphics. So Mum Champagne. There'll be plenty of that on offer, I believe. Kath McIntosh is going to have plenty on offer on the day. So to get around there. So go in there and book in. The other kicker, though, and I will bring this up again a little bit later on, any person who books, anyone that is there on the day can win 2 $500 discounted vouchers to Woodlands Stud horses. So if you're sending your horse to a Woodlands service, you can go, I don't know if it's a draw, It's just going to be luck. I'm not sure exactly how all that's going to work. Yuzi's just going to fill me in on these details. But there'll be 2 $500 giveaways, if you like, cash giveaways to be used at Woodland Stud. So really, really exciting time. So not only can you get a bottle of Mum champagne, I hope I'm saying that the right way. Hughesy said I've got to say it with a bit of mum about me, so we'll keep getting that part out there. But it's I thought I had the picture up, then I looked at the thing and took the picture down. Unfortunately about that, the Mum champagne. But yeah, going to be a lot of fun, and we will get back onto Kath McIntosh and that going very, very forward soon. In fact, so there is on the bottom there. She's jumped the gun on me, but she's eager. There, just there on the notes, you'll be able to see there that the RSVP for the Northern Rivers Veterinary Clinic, Equine Veterinary Clinic, and Lower Long Farms, staying in parade, close this RSVP by this Friday. So go to admin@northernriversequine.com. Give the girls in the office a call. No phone number on there, but that's okay. I will get to that in a little bit though too. I was going to do that twice, so Desiree, I'm onto you. Don't you worry, I've got it all sorted. But just got to try and look after the guys from Woodland Stud who do a great job with me. But don't forget, so really, really exciting. Books are filling fast, which is key. So and we want to continue to promote that. Cam Braid's just logged in onto Facebook. He is actually going to be there. There's quite a few people going to be there. As I said, John Coffey and Mark Hughes, Dan Malecki and myself will be doing interviews. The Kennys are going to be over from New Zealand, so good sprinkling of people being around. Don't forget, you've got till this Friday to RSVP. Go to Nutrien Equine as a search, and you'll find it there. But yeah, in conjunction with Woodlands, Standing Lather Up, and also American Ideal, whose book is fast filling as well. So don't miss out. No one wants to miss out, that's for sure. So make sure you go to woodlandstud.co.nz to book into any of those stallions. The guys in New Zealand, no brainer for mine. If you want to go to Sweetloo or down by the seaside, because the Australians can't get them over here, so you might be on the front foot of being able to sell those horses over there in your sale for the guys at NZB Standardbreds. Cambrai is on there, but we might just give this a good push here. Blue September, it's going to be on over here in Australia. We're just trying to finalise all of the final parts of it. Andrew O'Gorman, hello to you. Blue September in New Zealand, Friday the 2nd of September is very fast approaching. Go to hrnz.co.nz, NZ/Blue September to book a seat, go into the draw for a prize. Joe Moody, I believe there's a pretty touching story there as to why Joe Moody is the guest speaker. He's got a fair story to tell. I believe he was an All Black, and I won't say the exact reason why. Hello, Jackie Gibson, you're watching as well. Good to see you. Is going to be there, and a lot going on. So make sure you go to. I better put that back up so I can read it. hrnz.co.nz/Blue September to book your tickets for the trip to for that dinner, and it's all for a great cause, raising awareness for prostate cancer. Harness Racing does an awesome job, so make sure we get involved and get around the guys over there in New Zealand, trying to get the word out for prostate cancer and keep the messaging going, that's for sure. So I will be back in 2 secs.
Woodland Stud takes pride in their involvement in the industry, both on and off the track, supporting harness racing through sponsorship from grassroots to feature racing, giving breeders access to world-class stallions who go on to produce world-class racehorses, selling progeny at sales from some of Australasia's strongest families. Harness racing is our passion, and we will continue to strive for greatness. Your success is our success. Share the dream with Woodland Stud.
Rightio, we are back, and Cam Bray has just came in for me. I knew he'd look after me. He's still an All Black. Okay, Joe Moody is still an All Black. I apologise for that. Don't know a lot of rugby players full stop, let alone the guys in New Zealand. But he sadly lost his father to prostate cancer. So get behind that, and I'm sure that'll be a very passionate speech there. So he's still currently playing for the All Blacks. I think they're in the Bledisloe Cup. I saw that the other day. I think they had a good win last week, so I do know what they do and how they do it, but I don't know all the players. But that's huge. So make sure you get involved if you're in New Zealand and you can get to that day. Get there and support it, because it's a great cause for harness racing and harness racing going forward. There's a lot of little attachments on my feed. Go down to those. Desiree's keeping me on the hop. Don't forget what Mark Barton said there before about the turnover that harness racing makes to the industry, harness racing in general. I think it was just under $70 million. And also make sure you book into that Stallion Parade, which I will get to in a second as well. So we will get there as well. Daniel Hibbard's put a post up about the cup coming up, the thoroughbred, the Greyhound, Melbourne Greyhound Cup. I haven't heard from Daniel. Not sure if Daniel's coming on the show tonight or not. I'm, as always, thoroughly organised, got everything under control. While I've got my great mate Cam Bray on, the successful promotion we did, I suppose, to get Cam elected onto the board of Harness Racing New Zealand. It was a success. As his marketing manager, I think I've done a great job. I think I should get a bigger pay rise. I'm sure Timmy White will agree with me, but it's great to see that he is on, and he's going to be over here in Tamworth, and I reckon this is how he's going to rock up. He's going to be on horseback, wearing the cowboy hat. That's as best as I could do, because I'm not much good on the pirating, but this is how I can see him rocking up, arms spread, ready for Tamworth. So poor old Barto, he won't know what he's in for, but vote one Cambrai, it worked. So it definitely worked, so it was all very, very good. I haven't got as many Kiwis on tonight as well. Maybe my show's just dwindling a little bit in New Zealand. Might have to up the ante. Well, I've got Timmy White. We haven't had too many sheep photos so far tonight, but Tim White, he hasn't missed me. So he sent me 3 sheep 2 days ago. They're the ones to the left-hand side of the screen. But then on the right, he sent me another 3. But he's told me to say that their names are Paul, Cam, and Kath. Now, I'm not sure if he's being cheeky or if he's being serious, but he's got his sheep ready to go for the inaugural Campbell's Comments Sheep Ag Show. And I know a few people are wondering when that is actually going to be. It will be next week. The finer details, I was actually meant to hit Mark Barton up actually there before and try and get get something off him for in relation to the sheep. But we will be having the Sheep Ag Show next week. So I want everyone to get their photos of their sheep, get them all ready, and we can go from there. So, Cambrai, you got a well done from Alex Hurley, so that is great to see. That is exactly right. The power of Campbell's Comments. I think people underestimate me, Alex, as to what I'm able to do. I tend to agree with you. I think it's just an amazing platform. It's just meant to be loose and have a little bit of fun. Joey Adard, hello to you, Joey. Great to see you on. I've gone to the wrong screen. I'm trying to get something else up here, and I will get it in a sec. No, don't like that. That's why that does that. Okay, we'll go to this one and put it up this way. It'll be right. I'm just... when people muck around with your computers, just leave it for a sec. I'll try and get it. I was just going to try and get the TAB on so I can keep people updated as to what's going on. Rightio, Harass to Trotters. We have their hat on. Nellie Melbourne, I've got you covered too. Yeah, while we've got Nellie on, and Nellie's given Cam a congratulations as well. This is Nellie's entrance. Don't say that about Nellie, Cameron. You might have to remove that. Nellie's made these and sent them off to someone in Ballarat. This is her... Well, she can't use it next week because we've already put it up into the Wool Sheep Show. So, yep, the pictures. I expect some pictures next week. Expect a little bit of fun. They can be sent through to my phone and we can go from there. And it'll be all fine. So, yeah, and so anyone that did miss out on the picture of Cam, there it is there as well, because I can see Cam's very, very happy about that. So, the barbecue. I'm sure it's going to come in. Best food. Right, we'll have a food section as well, Alex Hurley. Who cares? So we're going to have the best sheep, best piece of clothing. Right, 3 categories. I'm making that up. I better get him off their screen. So 3 categories. We got best sheep or best sheep photo, best sheep product, so something like knitted or whatever, and best food. It's got to be lamb and it's got to be cooked. Right, that's it. I'll work the judging out after that. So that's the 3 categories for next Wednesday night show from 6 o'clock. We will go through all my promotions and all the rest, but towards the end of the show we will have the inaugural ag show. I will get a couple of other people to get involved with the selection process of who actually wins. So we'll work it out from there. So it'll be fine. So Cam's not removing that. He's just leaving it there. Right, so that's next week's show. Please get involved with. Let's just have a little bit of fun next week, and we'll just see if we can't. Got to get the right mouse. I got stuff going on everywhere, and go from there. So Cambrai is clarifying who it is. So Nelly, you'll have to have another piece of knitted stuff. Dot's not online yet. I don't know where Dot is. So she. Her absence has been noted, and we'll go from there. So yeah, so that's the 3 categories. The best sheep, photo, full stop. We will have the what is going on here? The best sheep product, as in wool, something knitted, and the best food. So game on, happy for it, and let's go see how we go. Timmy White's off to feed the lambs, so they look all right for next week, which is terrific because we need that. What is happening here? They've changed. I hate it when they change things. Am I the only person that they do this to, or is it everyone? They won't. Right, now I'm right. I've got everything sorted now, so better do something else. Hang on a sec. Otherwise I'll get into trouble for that audio coming through when it does come through. Just waiting on the TOB to kick in. But yeah, I don't like technology when it changes. All right, Timmy White's organised. I expect some photos. Not sure how you're going to send them in. Send them into Campbell's Comments Messenger feed. But that in itself could be an issue, but we'll go from there. So racing at Redcliffe. Great to get up in Queensland the other day too and catch up with all those people in Queensland to see some different people. Andrea O'Gorman just started lambing at Bushy Lodge. Look out, rightio. So I've had 5 lambs sent to me as claimed as one. Louise Toolman sent that through to me just before. So don't worry, Andrea, it is on. Best sheep or lamb, best lamb product, and best lamb product, I suppose, when you're talking food as well. So, anyway, bit of fun for next week. Rightio. Harassed to Trotters. So, I have got their hat on, ready to go, and I have stuff going everywhere. So, I've got to say a huge thank you to these guys with plenty happening. Huge congratulations. Anton Galino, great effort. 400 winners. I'm glad someone celebrates these things. I think there's plenty of people that should be able to get out there and celebrate those going forward. I shouldn't read text messages while I'm doing this show, that's for sure. I think it's great. I think well done to Harassed Trotters or Yabby Dam Farms for acknowledging it, but 400 career wins as a trainer is a terrific effort. He had a huge night. He ended up with a treble last night as well, so well done, Anton, and it's a great effort. Cravache Dior, I'll get into trouble. I have actually got them here somewhere, but anyway, they're not on that screen there, so I can't go there, but I can. We'll get it. No one expects this show to be public. I can't believe I didn't have the power to the audio turned on when I started for Mark and that going forward. I'm just getting messages. I'm getting messages from a few people. Not sure what's going on here. I think I'm getting sheep photos already, and if I am, yes, I am. Desiree's got one already ready for next week. Desiree Peter Stewart has. It is on, and I can't share those that easily, Desiree. I might be able to. Any chance I might be able to find it in a sec. Hang on, don't distract me, Rayo. So it was Tab Need for Speed heats last night at Melton, and Courage Stride for Chris Lang took out heat number 1. Heat number 2 was Cravache Dior, which was, as I said, Anton Galino's 400th race win as a trainer. So congratulations to him for that. Beating Plymouth Trub and RC Phoenix, coming back for a second. Amandine for Anton Galino took out the first of the fillies by Village Mystique. They did have another one. Revelstoke, unfortunately, looks like broke under pressure, so she galloped in that one. I didn't get a chance to watch too many of the races. And then they quinelled the last of the heats for the fillies with Cormier by Village Mystique and Egret as well, running first and second. And they have actually already announced their stay-on services for this year. So the way this tile works here, if there's nothing next to you, it's not available there. Bird Parker and Bold Eagle are booked out in New Zealand, so they're not available for the New Zealanders. And neither is Brilliantissimi or Love You. But for Iridan, Orlando Vici, Quaker Jet, The Best Madrick and Tomoko are all available, as is On a Streak, who is standing his first season in Australia this year, and On Solitaire. Classic Connection is back, and this is where I've got to try and get some stuff sorted. You guys don't realise what I do behind that screen. I'll take it off because I think it's a bit rude. I'd rather see people watching me stumble to try and do things. And we've got it. I've got lambs going everywhere here. This is going to be carnage. But I've got to go back to here, and Classic Connection, who... Oh, no. Let's hope this works. I have done one major boo-boo. I don't know if this is actually going to work, so we will just go. There it is. So this is Classic Connection's first foal born today, actually, for the Fitzpatricks in New South Wales. But he is definitely coming back here to Australia. He's back here now, so he is standing back in Australia. So that is very, very exciting. Desiree, you're in trouble. So this is what happens when you start doing these sorts of things. You get all sorts of carnage happening on your feed. I need to go back to that one. Bear with me. I'll get to Desiree in a minute. So yeah, so Classic Connection is coming back here to Australia. Used to Me will be standing in Queensland at Cobbitty Farm, and Otter Streak will be standing at Cobbitty Farm, New South Wales. So the horses have been spread right across here. That is Classic Connection, On Solitaire, Used to Me, and On a Streak. All chilled horses, all will be available here in Australia. Of course, On Solitaire in New Zealand, going from there. And don't forget the inaugural race series, eligible for Mares Serve this season in Australia and New Zealand will be eligible to compete. There's a few of these coming up. We've got a couple of others to promote in a minute. Desiree, behave yourself. I will get to it. $75,000 colts and geldings and a $75,000 fillies. All horses sired by horses standing at Harasta Trotters in Bird Parker, Bold Eagle, Brilliantissimi, Classic Connection, Iridan, On Solitaire, Love You, On a Streak, Orlando Vici, Quaker Jet, Tomoko, The Best Madrick, and Used to Me. For more information, go to harastatrotters.com.au or Cobbitty Equine.com.au for more information about any of those horses. And don't forget, with On a Streak, he is actually the richest and fastest 2-year-old trotter to stand in Australia this year, so which is very, very important. There was a tile sent to me, but I didn't have enough time to get that up. But yeah, the richest and fastest trotter standing in Australia this year. The other one is Volstead. Louise said there before about a bit of a loyalty thing. If you bred to Volstead last year and you haven't heard from the guys, don't be scared to reach out to Louise at harastatrotters.com.au via email. And yeah, she's pretty exciting news for return customers, some discounted service fees. So I saw some lovely Volsteads at the Vags while I was in Queensland just recently. So yeah, so if you've bred to him, go to Louise, and you haven't heard from Louise at harastatrotters.com.au. And any of your information you'd like to know about Harasta Trotters, make sure you go to just give Louise a call, or the guys there. Don't be scared to see Anton and everyone else as you're going along. So when you're out there, but what is going on here now? Unbelievable. Excuse me for 1 minute. I apologise for being rude. Right, now we're fine. So, yep. Okay, so Brandon Denning, yeah, I don't disagree with that, mate. But this show is actually not about the gamble. So I apologise. I'm sorry to hear about your father, mate. But we're here to have a little bit of fun. Chris Lang and yes, it was. Is he a brother to Oh, didn't know that. Tiara. Michael House, Senator Bray on here. Yes, he is here. We might have to get him onto the show again as well. So this show is not about gambling. It's about having fun in harness racing, and that's exactly what we do. Right. Let's see. This is dangerous because I don't have my computer screen. So Desiree, yep, here we go. So this is what I get on my feeds from time to time. So I've got Desiree with one of her sheeps there, and this is another of the lambs that she has got on. Now, she did tell me, we'll go back to this, I'll go out of that. For the comp next week. Well, you're going to have to give me more photos now, Desiree. Next week, Junior and Simone. Oh, she's got one more. Didn't see that. We'll have to bring him right up. There he is. Unit. That one's called, and that is a unit. So, yep. So she's in trouble now. I need some more photos to come in for that show. So, yep. Put Desiree under a little bit of pressure there. But that's what happens when they fill me feed up with all these signs and that. So, yep. Anyway, Chris Lang got that. Michael House's comments were there, and I'm not sure. I lost a couple of my comments, but that's okay. That's all fine. Right, so that's Harass to Trotters this year. But as I said, you go to harasstotrotters.com.au for more information. Classic Connection is here on the ground. Anton Galino for winners. Treble last night on the street. So we've got all of those guys covered. Bendigo Harness Racing Club have a stay-in tender going for Ride High. It's going through to the 19th of September. And the things, Cameron Bray, you're better off not commenting on that. So, yep, Timmy White is already onto that. Don't you worry, Michael House. He's late to the party, Mickey Mouse, but he'll be fine. Yeah, there's no pictures of me with sheep. Thank you very much, Cam. Trying to get Bendigo, Ride High, service fee. It was pretty cool. A couple of weeks ago, I worked at the trots there, and Vincent, our Vinny, won there, who's going around in the Nutrien race series as of on Saturday night. Drew the car park actually on that occasion, but he was bought through the Nutrien sale, but also Vincent had been their sire, but now they have got Ride High now for the next couple of years, and he will be the stay-in tender. I will have a banner up for that one because I want to make sure I can get that going out there. I've got to put this other hat back on. Celebrating 30 years. Don't forget the guys at Woodland Stud are celebrating 30 years breeding, and that's why they've got some great incentives as well going out. But the guys at Horsham and the Horsham Harness Racing Club, they've got their stay-in tender. As always, a trotter from Woodland Stud, this year being What the Hill. For more information or how to get involved, contact Tony Logan on 0427 857 411 to get involved there for a service fee for What the Hill. You might be able to get that at a cheaper rate, that's for sure. So that is What the Hill through the Horsham Harness Racing Club going forward. So get behind Horsham and get behind the guys at Woodland Stud. So woodlandstud.co.nz. Got more stuff coming through. Don't know where it's coming through, but that's okay. Timmy White sending me pictures of bottles. He's breeding. Timmy's getting ready for the show. He's getting ready for next week's show by the looks as well already. So, goodness gracious me, this is going to be crazy. I hear there's some more big news on the trotting size front. I'm expecting you to break this new Paul Campbell. Don't know it, Alex. You might have to give me a hint. Trotting side front. I don't break anything anyway, Alex. I'm never first. I never go from there. So unless I'm missing something very, very obvious, I don't know it. Of course, Pastor Stephen is standing at Lower Long Farms. And Harass to Trotters haven't informed me. I was on the phone today to Louise, so they didn't inform me of any others. Classic Connection, of course, and Honest Street. and Pastor Stephen, What the Hill, Speeding Spur. So I'm not sure any of the other horses going forward. So you might have to give me a little hint there, Alex. That's a bit cryptic. That's a bit cruel, that. I'm not sure about that one. So, good friends at Barristock. Don't forget those guys either, please. And they've got, because we've got pictures of lambs coming through, we should be doing this with the horses. Take that one down and off. The Barristock baby pictures go to Favourite Foals. Make sure you put the S. favouritefoals.com.au and enter your foals pictures weekly to go into the draw to win a $3,000 travel voucher donated by Barristock. Go to favouritefoals.com.au for all your photos and all your Barristock needs. Now, New Stay Understand in Northern Victoria, she's got me. Maybe at Alabar then, I would suspect, is where she's saying, but I don't know who that is, unless it's one that's right under my nose, recently been retired, and I don't know, Alex, but she's killing me. Some of the notables just for the week too. I've still got quite a few things to get through, but Anthony McDonald in America, I've had the privilege of doing a few things with him. The Cup and Saucer is on a little island. I forgot the name of the island. It's just left me at the minute. But the Cup and Saucer is a time-honoured race over there, and he was able to win it this year. There's some beautiful pictures of him, cuddling a horse, and it's absolutely sensational. So well done. At Stud, you haven't mentioned so far. We'll be here in October. Alex, you're just going to have to tell me. We'll be here in October. That's on a streak, I believe. We'll be standing in New South Wales. Unless I'm sadly mistaken. Because he's not over here yet on a streak. But he's coming. You're better off just... If you want me to be the news break, I think you're going to have to break it. So, at a Stud you haven't mentioned. So I've gone through Alabar. No, don't know. Of course, we've got Sundon's Courage. He always stood at Stud. I'm in all sorts of trouble. On a Stud, I haven't mentioned so far. No, unless, well, we'll just wait to see her next message come through. She's killing me with cryptic, so well done to him. Rightio. Okay, Maitland, people in New South Wales. Breeding seminar on this Thursday night. You can RSVP Darren Ray by Facebook or on 0429 817 199. That's Darren Ray on 0429 817 199. This is a Thursday night. Drinks and nibblies. Pretty sure. Yeah, nice meal and drinks before the seminar at the Maitland Hotel. Starts off at 7 o'clock. RSVP, as I said, Darren tomorrow, but good to see they're getting behind some things and doing some really initiative, good common things. Prince Edward Island, yes. Empire for Stevie Johnson, rightio. So Desiree would be able to help me with that one as well, but I still, unfortunately, do not know it. Des Aiken, yes, the number one show is back for all your safety specialist needs. Stevie Johnson, he's on track there. He's on show online there now as we speak, and I noticed he had all his beanies the other day. But contact Darren on 0400 309 902 for all your apparel. Don't worry about your electrical test and tagging. You can also get all your apparel there for Daz Aiken and get involved with him. So Empire Stud must have a new horse going on. Prince Edward Island. It's on my bucket list of places to go, the Cup and Saucer race. It's a time-honoured race. Every Canadian wants to win it, and it was just some really good pictures. Go and have a look at his Facebook page, thestable.ca, thestable.ca it is, for Canada. And check out that, because I think it meant the whole world to him. So Operative Line just won at Geelong there for James Herbert. And don't forget, down by the seaside, had a winner tonight at Bathurst. First 2-year-old winner, I believe. I had one earlier in the year at Perth. So second one. So not the first, but that's okay. I remember these things as well going forward. And I must say, just back onto Maitland here with the breeding seminar and what they've got going on. A big thank you to Sharon Murphy. I don't know Sharon at all. And Maitland Harness Racing. They share so much of my stuff. I can't thank them enough what they do and being able to help and assist me. I think it's great just to be able to get the messaging out there. This show is only about having fun and going from there. So thank you to those people and everyone that joins in as well. Going along. Rightio. Okay, so this show just goes anywhere, as it always seems to do. The sheep aren't getting as much as you can. The random things that actually happen on my feeds. That was my mum, in case you're wondering. That's why I was a bit confused as to what was going on. The stallion guides are being packaged up and sent out this week to any breeder who is active in the last 2 seasons. HBV and WASBAR members and available at state headquarters. We thank everyone for their patience. It's been a tricky year, and in the meantime, the edition can be viewed online, so it's actually out there. Desiree, is there a new stallion standing at Empire this year? Be nice to know if it is. Henschke ended his career on Prince Edward Island. Did he really? You're a wealth of knowledge tonight, Alex. I should have Alex on the show. Be a lot of fun. Be very random. We'd have more. She might be one of me. She might have to be one of the judges since she's going to board a Reticia. She's off limits, I think. We can't be cooking the sheep on the show, that's for sure. So, but anyway, that's fine. So we will go there. All right. While Desiree doesn't get back to me, I am going to go back here, and we are going to promote again Calf's Stallion Parade Sunday, the 4th of September. RSVP by this Friday, the 26th. Go to the girls Lower Long Farms at northernriversequine.com.au. That actually we'll go that one now. There, or you can also just do admin at northernriversequine.com. Phone number is 585 22845 for all the information you need to know. But as I said, there'll be myself, which is plus or a minus, Dan Malecki, John Coffey, Mark Hughes from Woodland Stud will be there. There will be plenty of this beautiful stuff going around there as well, I believe. Mom Champagne. We're not bringing the oysters up. That's what got us into all sorts of trouble last week. So we won't be bringing the oysters into the equation. And also, don't forget the $100,000 bonus if you breed to Pastor Stephen, Raging Bull, Yankee Rockstar, Poster Boy, and Lather Up this season. For any owner, and you can win all 3 if you're lucky enough to win all 3 with one of these 3 stallions, one of these 5 stallions. Sorry, it's 4 because Pastor Stephen can win the trotting boys and trotting girls. So there is 4 chances of winning this. But if you breed, you are eligible for a $100,000 bonus, all from Lower Long Farms. So get in touch with the guys at Lower Long Farms, and they will look after you there. So there is plenty of that going on. I'm sorry about this. I got stuff going there. This drives me nuts. Leslie from Standings for Breast Cancer is watching. Hello to you, Leslie. Great to have you on, and you do a great job. So, right. Okay, so Aldebaran Park. That one there. I have that picture there. Have a new stallion. No, I do not know about it just yet, Alex, but as soon as I do, I'll ring him and find out. So, right, we've got the cryptic part out of the way. So, okay, Aldebaran Park. Not sure why you just didn't say that to me. It'd be a lot easier. So, they're nearly ready to go at the next at Bathurst. This show could go anywhere, Cam, while you and I are at Bathurst. We could be up Mount Panorama. We could have a bit of fun, actually. We could sit up the top of Mount Panorama and stream it out. Danny Dwyer doesn't actually know we're coming there to stream the show from there. So anyway, he will work that out. So yeah, so I've gone through all those. The guys and SA, don't forget those guys as well. The Silver Yearling sale is on the 26th of March. There's all the information about that, but I think this one's actually a little bit better. Yeah, Silver Salver, 26th of March at the Magic Millions Complex. Entry fee is $325, including catalogue fee. The commission is 7% on sold lots. What do we got? $50,000 2024 Silver Salver Race Series now carries the equivalent of a $12,000 Vic Bred Colonial bonus for a yearling who enters the sale ring on March 26. Conditions apply. So you can actually get your first win Vic Bred bonus over there as well, which is pretty exciting, and well done to South Australia starting to think outside the square. Got a long way to go, SA, but they are starting to get there. Gary Newton and Philip Wood and a lot of these other guys, you guys are going good. We just got to try and get the powers that be to do to get thinking a little bit differently, that's for sure. I just have an issue with one of my feeds, but that's okay. Luckily, I was actually going to do something very different tonight, and you can be lucky I didn't do it. I'll do some random things. Okay, Nutrien sales we've done. They've got 300 for Melbourne, 200 for Sydney, and 145 in Brisbane. Big sale numbers, so well done to those guys. So I've gone through just about all of those. I'm just going to make sure, see where I'm up to. I haven't heard from my man Daniel Hibbard at all, but I've just about got everything done, so I'm sort of getting myself under control, if you like. So what I'm actually going to do is put that one on and go down.
For every stage of your horse's career, find your edge with the Barstock Racing range of feeds.
And on cue, Desiree Zez put a tag in on the bottom of my feed too. Don't forget to go to Harness Breeders Victoria. Become a member too. But don't forget to go to Harness Breeders Victoria. And there's a full library. There is the show that I done. It probably started me a little bit on this, if you like, with the Breed to Succeed, which was a great show that we did there a while ago. Plenty of library history on that to brush up with your foals. Do not forget the Barstock competition there. Put in your favourite foals.com.au. $3,000 bonus as well, so get involved in that. Ima Marquez was a mile in front. He's going to finish a mile behind in the race 5 at Bathurst. I think things must have went a bit pear-shaped there. He actually can't even pace now, and Amanda Turnbull has one too. Just as soon as I said that, she's going to get beat. I'm not sure who the horse on the outside is. Maybe she's not going to get beat. No, Amanda's won another one, so that's 3 that I've seen her win tonight at Bathurst, so she's having a bit of a night out, that's for sure. I can guarantee you, when On Loose Lines is there, we will not get an interview with her. Geez, the second horse, Mr. Hayward, $11.80 the place. That's pretty impressive. So going forward, yep. So that's pretty much it. As I said, next week's show will be the inaugural Sheep Ag Show. 3 categories: best sheep. I should write these down because I'll forget them myself. Best sheep, best sheep product, and the best cooked sheep. Which meat dish. We'll go with dish. Yep. So right. So we're going to have sheep, product, and dish. And I encourage everyone to get involved. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. I've got Adrian Duggan's just tuned in there, so I'm sure the Tasmanians have plenty of sheep over there as well to get involved and go from there. I'm not going to do the results that I normally do last week because I get myself too confused. It's too easy to get confused doing this, I must say. But just have a quick look at Geelong while we're going there. And Captain McGraw, Scotty Ewan and Terence Franklin, congratulations to you guys. Rebecca East was operative line. What was that one there? That was a Gelded Sun by Betting Line. So it's pretty much a bit of a wrap for the show. Don't mind doing the results. You know what? If you don't want to watch, I'm just going to go through the results. And if you don't want to watch, You don't have to. I'm not going to go back 2 weeks. I'm just going to go back 1 week, back to the Shepparton meeting, because I didn't have a show the week before. But anyone that won a race in that period of time, I do apologise, but we will continue to go through. I'm going to do 2 things. Just give me, I'm going to make sure I've got the right mouse. Just give me one. Rightio, and the audio is back. I did a boo-boo before with Mark Barton. Craig Turnbull is having a terrific run here in Victoria and ducking over the border to New South Wales. Ashford Secret and Maddie Ray. Rebecca Cartwright is the owner, of course, of High Gain fame. So congratulations to those guys. They're having a great run there with their horses. David Miles, pretty sublime. Choose Reactor, won again. Ringer Russ, Taylor Ewell, well done to Young Tay. She hasn't driven too many winners. Abby Turnbull and Craig Turnbull, as I said. Heritage Lady for the Rofficas. Regal Breeze, Julie Douglas and Jack Law. Take It Down for Wayne Potter. Sangriel was a good little win there for Johnny Caldo. I saw that there. She's a lovely little trotter there. Susan Hunter won with Lethal Lover. I believe the better half to Susan was saying that the horse was named after him, which is a big call. And then Sting of a Wasp by Kin Van Avenger. Kin Van Avenger, of course, is by Love You and does a terrific job. Kin Van Avenger does there with the progeny that he has. So the main reason I like doing this is acknowledging people that that have had a winner that maybe from time to time don't get that acknowledgement. So Thursday double header, although it was a small meeting. Actually, that's one of the ones that did happen. Malava miss for Julie Douglas and Ellen Tormey took out race number 1 at Yarra Glen. Baxter, Brent Lilly and Chris Alford. Kiki Beach for the Quinlan's, Chrissy Alford again. Chris had a good day. Some beach somewhere. Satchmo Strikes we'll go with for the Ted and Blake Caruana. Love that. Love that they train together. Bye, Sweet Lou, too. Good on them, looking after my sponsors. James in Charge. They got a double, Blake and Teddy. That's terrific. That might nearly be their first double as a training partner. And Celeste Howe as a double as a driver. Congratulations. That's why I like doing it. That's pretty cool, that. Well done to those guys. Go Joe for Julie Douglas. Alan Tormey. Duffy Hollow for Peter Thompson and Kate Gaff. A New Zealand horse by Rock and Roll Dance, and that is it. Now Ballarat was short. Now there's a bit of conjecture about Ballarat, but they couldn't do anything else. They had two races: the Lather Up at Woodland Stud, Kiang Domino for Margaret Lee and Jason Lee, and Anne-Marie Conroy took out race number 2 with Constant beating our Trickster. That were the only 2 races to run. Anyone that's not aware, unfortunately, one of the judges' partners passed away and was unable to continue. And I think rightfully the right decision was made that they didn't continue the meeting on. So unfortunately for that, it was very... some people said, you could do it with one judge. You can't. There is... I forget the right way of putting it, but basically you need 2 people to make sure that everything is above board. So yeah, so it wasn't the 2 of them. Shallow Pockets won race 1. Wayne Hill, I think he had a day out. I remember watching a few of these, and I think he had a bit of a day out there. Took out race number 1. Michelle Phillips and Andrew Voslick with FOMO by Western Terra, race number 2. Reese Moore. Reese gets excited about the show. I'm not sure if Reese is on or not, but Cole Rain. Jackie Law takes to the drive. David Nunn with Rock and Roll Ranger. And Corey Johnson, he gets a few little winners. Corey does a good job. He's a star for Andrew Voslick and Ryan Sanderson. Colin Rogers, he's owned 2, but Murrinjai Track, great to see the old boy back in the winner's circle there by Grin from ear to ear. Michelle Phillips beating Yorkshire for Shawnee McNulty and Somewhere Secret. Geez, that's a lovely field of horses. Just having a quick look here. 268,165 races for 33 wins. Murrinjai Track. Beautiful, lovely horse there. Bailey McDonough and Jess Tubbs combined with Celestial Gossip taking out race 7. Lulu Quick by Sweet Lou. Tyson Link doing a good job. Tyson, he's training a few too. Won the race 8, the Park Douglas Sprint. And race 9, Rocket's Mate for Michelle McGinty and Jack Law. And the last was taken out, Our Holler Star by Naomi Kerr and Connor Clark. So I think Michelle Phillips and Jack Law took the driving honours there. We're going to Wagga. Don't do this very often, but we're going to go to Wagga because there's a few Victorians sneaking over to Wagga. There's a few New South Wales guys that watch this show as well going forward. Ultimate Stingray for Brooke McPherson and James McPherson took out race 1. Wayne Anderson comes across Postal Express, the 11-year-old. He's been across here quite a few times. Took out race number 2 there with Jackson Painting. Ronald Tarbert. Don't know Ronald, but I do know Blake Micallef. Won race 3, the Tiger Tara at Mandowi Lodge. Of course, Darren Ray sends Tiger Tara, but Freddie T by Sports Rider took out race number 3. Otorio for David Druitt took out the 4th. Steve Maguire. There's not many Victorians haven't gone even good here this week. Noble Trick for Stevie Maguire. Wayne Anderson got a double there with Mr. Cole. Congratulations. Look at the stake money, $10,000. That's terrific. Ron Calagia took out race 7, the Glenlee Hanover. I think there's here we are. Wendy's Wish for Russell Jack and Lee Sutton. And he had a double. Cornelis, with Animal running second as well there for Russell Jack. That's race number 8. And then race number 9, Blake Micallef got a double. This one for David. So Much Better by Better's Delight out of Hannah's Delight. So 9 races. The Jack snuck over the border. I reckon there'll be a few more people. The more we pointed out, there'll be a few more people shooting across the border. Don't forget to fire any questions, or if I've missed a horse that needs promoting. Eddie Tapp. Congratulations, Eddie Tapp, winning race 1 at Bendigo with I'm Bobby. Does a good job, Ed. The small team. D. Lee, Brett Shipway and Michael Bellman combining, beating Raining Lilies. Nellie Melba, I reckon, has an interest in Raining Lilies. Clinton Welsh, Will Kenya, took out race number 3. Glenn Sharp and Monty Burnett. Congratulations, Mons. Won race 4 with Mystic Chip by 10 No Trump. Race number 5 was the Lara J. McRae, for Jess and Greg. Took out race 5. Kent Harpley and Greg Sugars took out race 6 with Box of Chocolates for John Campbell and Kay. Great friends of ours. Of course, that's a Union guy out of an Albert. That's a great little cross, that cross. You want to look up Breeding and Intrigue. That's a good little cross there with Box of Chocolates. Treacherous Times, again, another winner for Glenn Bull. Does a great job. Cashflow Cassie, second for Neville Pangrazio. Haven't seen Nev's name pop up across my feed. Doesn't mean he's not watching. And then Sweet Passion for Matt Craven and the Coniglios. Won race number 8, the Woodland Stud. And Go Joe Go ran race 9, another for Glenn Bull. Glenn's got a double. Congratulations to Glenn. That's an awesome effort as well. Well done, Nellie Melba. I did know that Raining Lilies won the week before, so congratulations. And that's all I try to do here, just highlight the people. Plenty of people probably think, why do you do this? Brad Steele from Queensland. Hello to you, Brad. I was up there the other day and had a good meeting with Brad, so that'll be getting released soon. So things are very, very positive up there in Queensland. They're doing a great job. So Captain Belisario took out race number 1, the Bill Glover Memorial at Melton. Watched a few of these. She's a pleasure. Unfortunately, we ran last in that race. That happens. So go through there, but She's a Pleasure doing a terrific job for David Aiken, of course, fighting his own prostate cancer battles. Give it a try for Chris Lang, tongue-in-cheek, I think, but said that he might go to the Inter-Dominion after beating Catch a Wave there before, but it was a good little win. He knows where the winning post is. They don't move the winning post on Chris Lang. Our Little Jet was terrific, winning race 4, the APG Vic Gold Sovereign, 3-year-old fillies, a Group 3 event. The Rob Gaylard, race number 5, Blitzern. Alan McDonough, he's having a terrific run. Chris Lang again second. Chris's team's going terrific. He's really going really good. Got some nice trotters coming through, some nice little horses. Horse I love, 3-year-old gelding called Interest Free, just an absolute little jet. Took out race number 6 there on the card. Torrid Saint, again, Julie Douglas, Jack Law, brilliant drive. You won't see much better drive than that. Don't wrap too many in front, but just keep the sectionals solid. Made it near on impossible for Lochinvar Art to win first up. Probably near on impossible for Lochinvar Art to be able to win after 4 or 5 runs. Just 151, come from last, move around them. I think it was great. Eye catcher for me was Tango Tara. Sorry, not Tango Tara, Bernie Winkle. Tango Tara was good, but Bernie Winkle was great, getting home really, really hard up the sprint lane. Chris Finozio won race number 8 with Brownlow Prince, being Baltica. And Pull the Other Leg, a Kiwi by Lincoln Royale. And a Pull the Pin for Andy Gaff. Took out the last on the card there. That was at Melton Sunday. Don't even know where they were Sunday. Stall. Yes, I do. And I know most of the winners here at Stall. Shouldn't say that at all. Remain Anonymous for Jackie Barker and Rebecca East. We don't do too many weeks that Jack doesn't get a winner. Cheers to Lou by Sweet Lou. I think that was win number 31 for Sweet Lou, but you cannot get into him because his book is completely full. Peter Manning and Karen Manning for the Cormicks. Dylan Marshall, Open the Valve, won race number 3. Race 4, what are we going with here? Alphanalama by Racing Hill, for the Ainsworth. I reckon I've butchered that. Someone will tell me off there, but took out race number 4. Diane Giles, James Herbertson, Best Back Bruce, Charlie Mizzy and Abby Sanderson. What did you say? Took out race number 6. Claudia and Gus for Kelly Stewart Mitchell. Did I mention the safety specialist? Oh, I'm on the wrong screen. I can't do that. Because I'm on the wrong screen. Okay. The safety specialist. Don't forget the safety specialist. I'll get to those in a sec, but well done, Kelly Stewart Mitchell. And Daz Aiken, he is the safety specialist. They had a good win, so it's great to see them. And Albert Safai with River Patrol and Mickey Bellman took out race number 8. I thought that was the last, but AJ and Bo Tyndall, aren't they having a great run? Shanduit did take out the last there at Stall on the Monday. And I do apologise because I haven't had a chance to really watch too many of these races at all because I've been all over the countryside. Always the Showman, but always been Mickey at a Golden Showgirl. Really interesting little race that. I did see that race going on. I think the next 2 horses were by Sweet Lou. There was a fair feel of, I suppose, Golden Valley horses in that 2-year-old race. So it was a pretty interesting little race, that one there. But well done to Vince Fallalonga, and James Herbertson. Yeah, James won the first 2. Brian Crosland, BGC. It's probably very off-putting when I do that. Raw for Roscoe. Juanita Breen. Good to see Neats getting a winner. Raw for Roscoe, owned by quite a few of the boys on social media, so they'll be very, very happy. Eric the Kicker, not named after Eric Anderson, but quite interesting that they do have that horse. Nikki Nana for Kari Males and Kate Gaff. Pardon me. By Captain Treacherous. Say It Ain't So Joe by Roll With Joe. Colin Godden and Josh Duggan. The Last Chance for Greg Fleming. I think that's great to see Greg getting a winner there as well. That was race number 7. So that was Monday. Sorry about this. I'm in a little bit of trouble there. What I'm going to actually do is we'll go to that and we'll do...
For every stage of your horse's career, find your edge with the Barstock Racing range of feeds.
Rightio, sorry about that. I was just under a little bit of pressure. Alex Hurley saying there she's got a Lincoln Royale Yearling that they really like. Not much of a looker, but I think he looks okay. He'll go okay. Of course, Lincoln Royale and Sir Lincoln are the same horse. Gets very, very, very confusing. And... right, then we're up to Tuesday, where I quickly glossed over a couple of these earlier on. Ben Yole had a double. He took out the first 2 with Southern GNP and Baccarat, both $4,500 races. Tiny Temper for Emmett Bronson won the 2 and 3 year old, which is interesting to have one of those at Melton. There must be a couple of 2 year olds that were struggling to get a run by Rock and Roll Heaven. I'm Princess Natalie for Danny O'Brien. Good to see those guys getting a winner. Another sweet loop, actually. Glenferrie Shuffle. Yeah, I know something about that. Also, not sure exactly what. Lauriston Bloodstock. No, don't know. Not sure what I do, but that's okay. Ignore me. Courage Stride, as I said, by Muscles Hill out of Nightingale Stride. Of course, now I'm on to you, Alex. You're right. Going there. Alex Hurley was given pull the other leg. I reckon she's having a lend to me there, that's for sure. Won race number 5. Cravache Dior, beautifully bred by Orlando Vici out of Muscle and Blues. Won race number 6. He's a real trotter with a bit of a future, I think. Amandine, filly by Village Mystique, who's by Love You out of My Brother Was a Star by Sundon. Isn't that a cross? It's one of the best crosses going around. Love You, Sundon. Doesn't matter which way it goes. Predominantly now the Sundons are the mares because he's a little bit older. But Love You and Love You's sons just seems to click if you go into a trotter. And Village Mystique over 1 Star LB, I'll go with. 1 Star LB. Anyway, by Cantab Hall, that horse there is. And then Twisted Bliss took out the last for Alan Tormey and John Tormey. No, I didn't. Took out the second last because they had Good Look and Rooster. So there's another one of those meetings. They've got 10 races. 1 and 4 of them are $4,500 races. Anyway, who are we to say anything but Good Look and Rooster there by Christian Cullen. Took out the last. So that is a bit of a wrap of the week. Congratulations to everyone who got a winner. I know some of you guys definitely stay on there just to see it and acknowledge them, and that is purely all I am doing is just acknowledging the people that had a winner. That's what this show's about. It is the number 1 show in harness racing. I take it tongue-in-cheek. I don't take myself seriously. We're just here to have a bit of fun, get some messaging out there, make sure people are aware of what's going on. As I said there before, Daz Aiken, 0400 309 902. Kelly Stewart Mitchell had a winner the other day, so well done to you, Kel, going forward. Thank you very much to the guys at Maitland Harness Racing. Don't forget that breeding seminar that is on tomorrow night if you're in the area, the Newcastle Maitland area at 7 o'clock. Get along there, just give Daz a call and tell him that you will be there. Go from there. Guys in New Zealand, so that'll be Friday week, Blue September, RSVP, go to hrnz.co.nz/Blue September to get involved in that. The favourite files, favouritefiles.com.au as well. And don't forget, if you're making your way to the Stallion Parade at Lower Long Farms, breed to lather up, and you'll be given a 3 bottle of champagne. That's it there, champagne. So don't forget that one. Want to breed to What the Hill? Give Tony Logan a call, 0427 857 411. That's for the Horsham Harness Racing Club for their stay-in tender. That's to get behind the club and support the club. So if you're thinking of going to What the Hill, make sure you go there. The race dates are all done. Don't forget, though, the Bathurst sale is still open. If you're thinking about selling a yearling and the sales are finished, Bathurst is still open. Will be open right through till the 23rd of September. Harassed the Trotters have got a full book of their stay-ins there. You can see them all there. Don't forget the Chilled guys. On a Streak in New South Wales, Used to Me in Queensland, On Solitaire in New Zealand, and Classic Connection here in Australia. And then we also have Kath McIntosh's Stallion Parade for Lower Long Farms on Sunday, September 4th for RSVP by Friday. Get in touch with the guys at Lower Long Farms at nrequine.com.au. Don't forget the inaugural sheep show, though. Nellie Melba, you're going to have to give me another picture, but they do look very, very, very warm. And Tim's already sent me photos of milk bottles, so Tim's all over it as well. Don't you worry about that, Timmy White from New Zealand. But everyone's welcome to enter. I don't have a prize just yet, but I will have a prize of some sort. Don't know what it'll be, but I'll try and get something. So yeah, congratulations, Anton Galino as well, 400 winners. So thank you to everyone that's tuned in, everyone that's had a little bit of fun with the comments. It's not to be taken seriously. Fat Jack ran third at Townsville Greyhounds, just there before. What a name, Fat Jack. But anyway, the show's not to be taken seriously. It is just there to have a little bit of fun, and I appreciate everyone who contributes. That is what the show's about, contributing and having some fun. So thank you very much. And I'm just getting myself, I'm killing time here because I got myself all over the shot. That's a wrap. I'll be back next Wednesday with the inaugural Campbell's Comments sheep show. So make sure you get yourself ready with some sheep pictures. As I said, best looking sheep, best looking product, best looking dish. Going to be dangerous. Thank you very much for joining me. See you next week.